So I thought I might as well just quickly make a brief review for the new Borat. By review, I'm saying, like, spoilers abound, because this isn't a proper review, this is just me vaguely saying what I feel about it, and I thought it was perfectly fine. It's very standard Sacha Baron Cohen stuff, and if you're expecting it to be as good as the first, then no, it's not, because that was lightning in a bottle, and he's never done anything that good since. But doesn't make this a bad movie. And the election element, I'd say it hurts it a bit, because this movie's coming out to try and push the election a bit more towards Biden, a bit less towards Trump. And if that really pisses you off, you're probably not gonna like it right now. You're like no, and I'm like, yeah, don't watch it, man. You're not gonna enjoy it. You're gonna aggressively hate it. But it's nowhere near as painful as some of lib left sort of comedy which has came out. This is still funny. This isn't like some hack standing on a stage yelling about his politics and not having to actually back anything he says up, because it's a comedian. He swears now and again, so his rants are funny. Like, it's still pretty entertaining stuff. It's same formula you expect, like bits and pieces of improv mixed with a lot of blue shock jokes, which is the same formula as the first. Not quite as great as the first, but same sort of thing. So if you like that and you think this is like awful, then I gotta say you probably are viewing it through this lens of this might hurt Trump's election chances, or I just hate it because I hate stuff which doesn't dab on the Democrats but dabs on the Republicans, which, make no mistake, this film absolutely does. It's not as painful as I thought it could have gone with that angle. Like, one thing I'll say is a big part of the main plot, I should say, is about Borat and his daughter, and there's a lot of emphasis on like Borat's backward, third world sort of views. And one thing I will say is they actually, while this focuses mostly on the sort of Republican side of things, it doesn't actually go out of its way to try and make some dumb connection to like fucking Iran and say the treatment of women in say these third world Middle Eastern countries and modern America. It's not that stupid. It actually kind of makes a point that most people on the American right and far right are far more are nowhere near that in terms of their views, which is sort of almost a bit of a surprise, because you almost thought that was something that would be so juicy for them to try and make a case for, even though it's clearly a terrible case to make. But they don't. They actually go sort of the other direction, which I think if there's one thing I'm voting Republican, whatever sort of have to admit, it's like, yeah, they could have done that, but they decided not to. So fuck.